The darkness crept in like a thief in the night, stealing the last shred of sanity from the once thriving space station. Rostova, a seasoned warrior, stood at the edge of chaos, her eyes scanning the horizon for any sign of hope. "What's happening?" she shouted above the cacophony, her voice barely audible over the din of screams and wailing sirens. Ben, her trusted friend and fellow survivor, stumbled towards her, his eyes wild with fear. "I don't know. The psychic storm is getting worse by the minute." Rostova grabbed Ben's arm, pulling him close as the station shuddered around them. "We have to get out of here, now." The ship's intercom crackled to life, a voice shrill with panic. "Attention all personnel, we're experiencing—" "Wait. What's this?" "No, no, no. Get me Commander Zhang on the comms, pronto." Rostova's grip on Ben's arm tightened. "That's our commander's voice. Something big is going down." Ben's eyes darted around the chaos, his face pale. "What do we do?" Rostova's jaw clenched. She'd faced worse odds before. Time to take control. "Grab your gear and follow me," she yelled above the din, already moving towards the exit. As they stumbled through the wreckage-strewn corridors, Rostova's trained instincts kicked in. She knew every inch of this station like the back of her hand. Ben trailed behind, his eyes fixed on the chaos around them. The lights flickered and died, plunging them into darkness. The psychic storm raged on, threatening to consume everything in its path. Rostova's grip on her trusty blaster tightened. Time to face whatever was coming their way. As they emerged into the main docking bay, Rostova's eyes adjusted slowly to the dim light spilling from the emergency generators. The once bustling spaceport now lay in ruins, debris scattered everywhere. A few desperate survivors stumbled through the wreckage, crying out for help. "Stay close," Rostova warned Ben, her voice low and even. "One need to get to the hangar." Ben nodded, his eyes wide with fear. The cacophony of screams, alarms, and groaning metal still assaulted their ears. But they pushed on, driven by a desperate determination to escape. As they approached the hangar doors, Rostova's hand instinctively went to her comms device. It was dead, another casualty of the storm. She gritted her teeth. They'd have to rely on their wits and training to get out alive. Ben grabbed her arm, his face twisted in a mixture of fear and determination. "Rostova, what's going on? What are we facing?" Rostova hesitated, unsure how much to reveal. The truth was too terrible to contemplate. The psychic storm had unleashed a torrent of madness upon the station. Sanity itself seemed to be unraveling before their eyes. "We're not sure yet," she said finally, her voice firm, but laced with uncertainty. "But we need to get out of here. Now." The hangar doors creaked open, revealing a mess of destroyed ships and twisted wreckage. Rostova's gut told her it was their best chance for escape. Ben, "Stay close," she warned, drawing her blaster. With the darkness closing in around them, they plunged into the chaos, searching for any vessel that might still be flyable. Ben stumbled behind Rostova, his heart racing with every step. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. The once thriving space station now, a mess of twisted metal and shattered glass. The psychic storm raged on, its fury palpable in the darkness. Rostova stopped at an intersection, her eyes scanning the area. "We need to get to the command center," she shouted over the din. "That's where Commander Zhang will be trying to make sense of this mess." Ben nodded, his mind reeling with the implications. The commander was their only hope. If he could regain control of the station, they might have a chance to survive. As they moved on, Rostova expertly navigated the treacherous terrain. She dodged debris and leaped over broken equipment, her training allowing her to move swiftly and surely through the chaos. Ben struggled to keep up, his eyes fixed on the darkness ahead. He stumbled on a loose wire and nearly fell, but Rostova's quick reflexes saved him from disaster. "Stay close," she yelled, grabbing Ben's arm and pulling him along. The command center came into view, its doors blown off their hinges like a mangled birdcage. Rostova charged forward, her blaster at the ready. Inside, they found chaos. Equipment was smashed, consoles destroyed. And in the midst of it all, Commander Zhang stood tall, his eyes wild with desperation. "Rostova, Ben?" he shouted, relief washing over his face. "Thank God you're alive." "What's going on?" Rostova demanded, her grip on her blaster unwavering. "It's the psychic storm," Zhang replied, his voice shaking. "It's unlike anything I've ever seen before. It's like a living thing." Ben's eyes widened in horror. A living thing. What did that even mean? Zhang grasped Rostova's arm, his grip like a vice. "We need to find out what's causing this and stop it, before it consumes us all." Rostova nodded, her jaw clenched. Time to face whatever was coming their way. Ben swallowed hard. He knew they were in for the fight of their lives. As they stumbled through the wreckage, strewn corridors, Rostova's trained instincts kicked in. She knew every inch of this station like the back of her hand. Ben trailed behind, his eyes fixed on the chaos around them. The darkness seemed to grow thicker, a palpable force that pressed against their skin. Rostova could feel it, trying to seep into her mind, to cloud her judgment and turn her into just another mindless drone. She pushed forward, her senses heightened as she navigated through the darkened corridors. Ben stumbled behind her, his footsteps hesitant and uncertain. Suddenly, the lights flickered back to life, casting an eerie glow over the devastated station. Rostova's eyes scanned the area, taking in the destruction. Ben stumbled into her, his eyes wide with fear. "What is this?" he whispered, his voice trembling. Rostova's grip on her blaster tightened. She knew what she was looking at, the result of whatever dark force had unleashed the psychic storm. The once thriving station was now a smoldering ruin, its walls cracked and crumbling like ancient pottery. Debris littered the floor, the wreckage of destroyed equipment and shattered dreams. Rostova's eyes locked onto something in the distance, a glowing portal, pulsating with an otherworldly energy. It seemed to be drawing everything towards it, including the psychic storm. Without hesitation, Rostova charged towards the portal, Ben stumbling behind her. The darkness crept closer, trying to ensnare them once more. As they reached the edge of the portal, a figure emerged from the swirling vortex. Commander Zhang, his eyes blazing with an unnatural intensity. "Rostova," he whispered, his voice like a cold wind. "I've been waiting for you." Rostova's blaster hand tightened, her finger hovering over the trigger. She knew this wasn't the commander she once trusted. "What have you done?" Ben demanded, his voice shaking with fear. Commander Zhang's eyes flashed with malevolence. "The psychic storm was just the beginning. This is only the start of our new reality." With that, he vanished into the portal, leaving Rostova and Ben staring at each other in horror. The darkness closed in, threatening to consume them all. Rostova's grip on her blaster relaxed, her mind racing with the implications. They had to stop whatever was happening for their own survival and the freedom of the entire galaxy. As they stood there, frozen in the face of chaos, a glimmer of hope flickered to life within Rostova. She knew that as long as she had her blaster and her determination, nothing could keep her down. And with that, she charged forward, Ben by her side, into the unknown, ready to face whatever lay ahead, no matter the cost.